on Undisputed.
Early.
You've got a star-studded charity softball tournament coming up. Tell us a little bit about that. Who's going to be there and what does it benefit?
June 22nd, Jug Life Celebrity Game. It's a celebrity charity game. We have YG coming. We have Anthony Anderson coming. The teams are going to be me versus Lonzo Ball's team, so it's going to be pretty good.
Nice.
I want to challenge you guys. I'm inviting you guys to come June 22nd, so you guys can come knock it out the park.
And where is it here?
It's gonna be where the Galaxy play in Carson at the Dignity Health Sports Park.
Okay.
And my charity is Jug Life Foundation, and we build water wells in Uganda. And we also go around schools in the inner city and teach kids the importance of drinking water and staying healthy. So it's just something I'm really passionate about, and I really just can't wait.
Very cool. So speaking of health, you were still close to many of the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
You obviously won 2 rings with the Warriors. You attended Game 2 in Toronto. So we need your insight and your inside view of, do you expect Klay to play tonight, if at all, and do you expect KD to play at all in this series before it's over?
I don't know if I expect KD to play in this series, but for Klay, me knowing Klay as a friend of Klay, like, he doesn't like missing games at all. So I think he would go out there and try it out, if anything. If it's that bad, he'll still try it, and if it doesn't work, he just won't play. But I don't think he's going to miss a finals game.
Okay. You don't think KD is going to make it back?
I don't know if he's going to make it back, but this game, I don't think he's going to make it back. It's definitely possible.
But he's ruled out tonight for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So game 4 or 5 is definitely possible because KD is a athlete and he's a competitor. So I know he's sitting on the sideline biting his nails like I'm supposed to be out there. So he wants to come back. So I don't know.
Do you have any insight about how bad is it? A calf strain or tear?
I know all the information about the injury that you guys know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, social media know more about everything that I know.
Okay. But you do know their mindsets.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know exactly what their mindset is, and that's to win. That's what it's always been. And they're definitely going to go out there and give it their all, even if they don't have Klay or KD. And they're saying, like, it's going to be hard for Golden State if Klay and KD don't play, but don't forget about that boy Steph. Don't forget about what he can do. He might be licking his chops like, oh, they're not going to play.
Night.
Well, got to get some shots up now.
Okay.
So,
all right.
How big of a role would Draymond play? Because Draymond is still there. Draymond is really the engine that drives it.
Exactly. He's the nucleus of it all. I mean, the only way Klay gets shot is Draymond passing it to him. Steph gets shots, he's running around and Draymond's passing it to him. So Draymond is definitely the glue that keeps everything together. I feel like it would be a bigger impact if Draymond didn't play, if certain players didn't play. So he's definitely the gut of the team that's really running the engine.
Skip want to know what happened. I'm sure he wanted to ask you. Go ahead and ask him about that incident between Draymond and KD.
Oh, well, I don't know.
No, go ahead. No, you frame it better than I can.
Well, they got into it because KD is clapping for the basketball. Do you know this incident early in the year?
I do.
Okay. And then over on the bench, they really got into it, and it went so far as Draymond saying, "We don't need you," and he called him a bad word, called him the B word. And Draymond can be over-emotional, as you know, and he can get his anger up pretty quickly, and it flared, and I don't know if the bridge got burned. What's your gut on those two?
So the relationship with KD and Draymond is extremely strong, and from the outside looking in, you're looking like, oh, my goodness, how could he do this? How could he do that? But from being on the inside, like, they're brothers. Like, brothers argue and say stuff they don't really mean all the time in the heat of the moment. And Draymond's a real emotional guy, so he's really going to say what he wants to say, even if it's not how he really feels, just to prove a point.
But sometimes you say something and you just can't take it back.
Yeah, that does happen. But they all know what they're really there for, and that's to win games, win championships, and to play together as brothers and get more championships. So they brushed that off their shoulders.
Okay, so gut feeling, Kevin Durant will play where next year?
I don't know. I'm here in New York, but the way that things are shuffling right now, Kyrie wants to go to Brooklyn, and it's just so many things that could happen. Where is AD going to go? So it's so many things that could happen.
So speaking of AD, you were in the middle of a Lakers team that got rocked by the rumors of that trade. How badly did it affect the kids on your team who were rumored to be going to New Orleans?
So in everyone's defense, when I was younger, and I think I got traded my first time was Washington to Denver. When the rumors were going on, I was flustered. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a hard thing to deal with, especially if you've never been traded, and especially if you're in LA. Like, you're going from LA to New Orleans. That's a life change. So.
It's still a great place.
No, I'm not saying it's not
culture
a
shock.
great place at all, but it's definitely a life change.
Yep.
And this is all you know is LA. So I would be shook if that was my intention, especially the way social media is now. You can't open your phone without seeing, oh, I might go here, I might go here. The internet was finding out information before we even knew the information, which is crazy now. But I mean, it definitely shook things up a little bit, but the young guys fought through it at the end after it was all said and done and came back.
Did it hurt your basketball team for a while?
I don't think that alone hurt our basketball team. I mean, injuries hurt our basketball team. So I feel like if nobody get injured, we wouldn't even be talking about this. You get what I'm saying? Like, we would be in the playoffs if no one got injured, so that wouldn't have affected anything.
So you were 20-14 on Christmas Day. You're sitting 4th in the West.
Exactly.
And your best player went down for the first time in his career. He went down and out for a long time.
Exactly.
LeBron James. If that hadn't happened, how far could you have gone?
I feel like we definitely could have made it to the Western Conference Finals and met up with the Warriors. I just feel like the way that he got injured and the way that our whole season we never got to mesh and blend. 2 of our players got suspended in the beginning for a fight. Like, we never really, our starting 5 really never got to be a starting 5 and figure each other out. The way you see the way Golden State just, they know exactly what's going to happen. We know what we have to do. The bigs know we have to set screens for Clay and Steph. Draymond's going to stay at the top and he's going to pass it to Clay or Steph or find somebody at the rim. That's just what it is. We didn't get a chance to mesh and figure out what we can do.
Skip says LeBron is, on his last legs.
I didn't say last legs. I said 2 more good years.
No. He on his last legs. How good is LeBron?
I don't think people understand how good LeBron is and what, like.
Why don't you just slide on over there?
No. Let the man talk. The man,
It's not even like that type of aspect. Like, I've seen his workouts. I've seen him coming back from a calf injury and his first practice back. I mean, not a calf injury, a groin injury. And his first practice back from a groin injury, he dunks it as hard as he can. I'm like, bro, like, calm down. This is your first day back. Like, but his work ethic, his treatment, everything that he's done, the way that he takes care of his body is inspirational, truthfully.
Okay, so how much help does he need next year? What does he need to get over the hump and be a championship contender?
I feel like he only needs, especially with the young guys that he has right now, he just needs one all-star to add to his roster, and he can at least make it to the Western Conference Finals.
You coming back to the Lakers?
I mean, hopefully. I mean, that's definitely a possibility, but right now, I'm a free agent, so I don't really know, but I mean, I love LA. LA was beautiful for me. I had my best averages, my best season. It's playing alongside LeBron, and even my career high game, LeBron had 10 of the assists were from LeBron. That's kind of crazy if you really think about it. So, I mean, it's definitely a blessing being able to play for LA. But I mean, whatever is the best opportunity for me personally, I'm going to take it.
Because you want to be, because once you got a role, I mean, you got an opportunity to start. You got an opportunity to play major minutes.
Exactly.
This is the first time you played these type of minutes.
It's not the first time, but
in a long time.
Right. It's the first time.
Right.
Definitely. And I feel like I really proved myself this year to where I'm still a competitive, elite shot blocker. And just the things I can do, you can't really teach, especially just being a 7-footer who can really run up and down the floor at the speed I do and the athleticism I do, and not afraid of athletes coming at the rim trying to dunk. Like, I'm not worried about getting dunked on. I'm a shot blocker. That's what's supposed to happen. Right. So I just think that's something you really can't teach.
Yeah.
I thought it also hurt for you guys losing Lonzo as long as you did.
We lost him damn near the whole season.
Okay.
Lonzo is one of the most underrated defensive point guards. He's extremely underrated. When he was playing the way he would 94 feet pressure somebody. Come on, man. And he just the court vision. It's just playing along Lonzo and LeBron too, and Rondo coming off the. Come on, man. It was beautiful when everything was clicking and then people got injured.
Did you think Lonzo and LeBron clicked okay?
Yeah, definitely. I think Lonzo definitely looked to LeBron and saw the leadership that LeBron was bringing, and it helped Lonzo's game also. But unfortunately, he got injured, so it kind of stifled everything.
Well, you know, to get that all-star, you're probably going to have to give up some of that young nucleus.
That's true. I feel like that's what the Lakers are afraid of, is having to give up too much for a player like AD or whoever wants to come to the Lakers.
Well, they hope if they can get somebody via free agency,
There it is.
you don't have to give up that
There it
nucleus.
is.
But the likelihood of that happening, you're probably going to have to break some of that core up.
I think people are overanalyzing how easy it would be to get someone to come to L.A. Like,
That was before they found out that what's going on up at the top.
that's cool, but you got to think about it. Like, if things happen all the time, it's just magnified in L.A. Like, if all this was happening in OKC, no one would say nothing just because it's not as big as a market as L.A.
Okay.
If up top, if things were happening to the players, yeah, but up top, like, no one would be worried about it. But people are worried about it because it's Magic, one of the best basketball players ever. It's the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So everything's just magnified.
75 games played with the Lakers, 62
So
starts. Excited to see where you end up next season.
He said you don't know how good LeBron is. That's what
He said that. He said, you don't know how good Lonzo is.
No, he said defense.
Thank you for your time, JaVale. And if folks want to come to you,
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.